Oh, yeah, baby. We are back. Happy Friday, October 17th already, y'all. Can you believe it? I just sure you hear me before we get started today. It's been quite a week. We're going to talk about some things that happened, at least in the headlines. Now, you with me, Wild Wayne? Can you hear me? Can I get a sound check? Woo, woo. Thank you, Faye. Appreciate you. Okay, with that being said, let's give it a couple minutes, you know, let this thing cook. Thank you, Wow Wang. And then we will be right back to do what we do. And again, happy Friday. Yes. Oh, yeah, taking it nice and slow on a Friday. It's DJ Got Us Down on the mic. I want to say what's up to everybody who made it in today. Thank God. We are alive. We made it through the week. And it's time to get into this weekend, child. What's going on, Wild Wayne? Faye, Juti, Nia X. I see you. I think I saw Queen Keish as well. But yeah, if you're in the replay, shout out to you. Leave me a message. Let me know you stopped by. What's up, Black Letter Law? Yes. Yeah, we got to be thankful. We got to be thankful. Oh, I see PJ Corleone getting shouted out. Let me see. I didn't see PJ Corleone. But yeah, you might just be shouting them out in general, huh? You want to hear that song? I'll see if I could cue that up before I go. But yeah, let's just get into a couple things. I wanted to talk about some of these headlines. I'm trying to stay away from politics today, but there's a lot of foolery going on online. A lot of foolery. Yes, please like this video, this live, shall I say. Welcome everybody, new and I don't want to say old, but you know, the OGs, the warriors, the chosen ones. Yes, we are celebrating. Child, I'm celebrating life because I've been just noticing all the crazy. I don't know why my timeline all of a sudden has all this crime, murder stuff, court, like real life stuff that has happened that I had no idea about. Like, I guess I'm living in a whole different little universe of my own because I don't know about any of this crazy stuff going on. I'm not even going to repeat these things. Maybe it's because I've been watching crime shows as well. I think they definitely watch what we do. And then they cross pollinate us with all these different ads and things. They ain't slick. But definitely, that reminds me that we lost singer D'Angelo. I did post something on my community wall. Let me see. I don't have even anything pulled up for D'Angelo. But yeah, he was what, 50? I think they said 51. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, he was 51. Okay, let me take the picture down, child. We got to talk about poor Britney. Can Britney Spears ever have a break in life? I mean, and money aside, because people think, oh, you have money or they have money, everything should be perfect. What problems do they have? Can't be that bad. Well, that's not necessarily true. Okay, so the New Yorker did a good write-up, Pure and Rare. New York Times, let's see, where are we going to go? Dang, the LA Times said time ran out. Why do they have to say it like that? Time ran out, but he poor, I don't know their son's name, Angie Stone, D'Angelo's baby mom, and probably friend too, I'm sure, passed as here. Lost his both his parents. It says here too. It says D'Angelo and Angie Stone's son, Michael Jr., mourned his parents. Musician Michael Archer Jr. penned a heartbreaking Instagram post reflecting on the deaths of his parents, D'Angelo and Angie Stone. He said, he was there when I needed him most after the passing of my mama. This is what he said. Wow. So the son, as they say, is 28 years old. Stage name is Suavo Twain. Yeah, and he posted this Instagram post. Wow, he reflected on the deaths of both his parents and the final moments that he shared with his Grammy-winning dad. His mother, Grammy-nominated singer Angie Stone, died in March in a traffic accident. She was 63. D'Angelo died Tuesday after a private battle with cancer. He was 51. I remember hearing he was in the hospital or something, or reading. So somebody leaked it, but it's really tragic because to me, 51 is young, child. 63 is young too. 63 in a car accident on her way to a gig too. She was still out there thriving, touring, doing her thing. And then D'Angelo is suffering with an illness. So the son said, I sat here watching my daddy die after feeling like it was the first time he and I were truly building. Isn't that sad? Not until the end of a person's life do you really find connection. Just a matter of time for all of us, honestly. Excuse me, I'm drinking water. But saying that to say, make any connections, reconnections, apologies, all those things that you need to do before, time runs out, as they said here. I think that was kind of cold, actually. So let's see. Oh, it says he's the one that said that, actually. Unfortunately, time ran out. D'Angelo's family announced Tuesday that he had been called home after a prolonged and courageous battle with cancer. Additional details about his cancer fight were not revealed, which is definitely understandable. Nobody wants all their private business, even in death, to be like all over the news. But yeah, so definitely condolences to his family, their son. Truly heartbreaking, in my opinion. Both those deaths, neither were natural, we'll just say. So I think we all deserve better. So let me see. Exactly why Wayne Brown Sugar. Faith said very young. RIP from Ju T. Okay, let's move on. So I'm really just sharing things like that I've saved on my Instagram timeline. Let me see what I got. And we're gonna just move on down the road. Come on, Instagram. Okay. All right, what do I have shared here? Let's start with I guess Britney, Kevin Federline. How long has it been since Kevin Federline and Britney Spears have been connected, and now in this way where I think obviously longer divorced, and like him, I won't say milking. I think he did take care of their boys. But he has been dragging this lady. I mean, wrote a book. So I don't know if the child support is over because they're older now. He has to have some other form of income. But he definitely says some things in this book. There's a whole article about it. I must flip over to. They actually highlight some quotes. But just from this post here from the Shade Room, Britney Spears had to respond to this guy because in a statement because of, the things he's been saying. So clearly she's made aware. So let's see what he's saying here.
Not over it. There was the night before our wedding. We're at the Fairmont in Santa Monica in one of the bungalows. And I was like, what's wrong? I thought she was talking to her mom on the phone or something. And maybe she was like having doubts. And she told me that she was on the phone with Justin. And I just kind of stepped back like, did I just hear you right? What the hell is going on? and I would immediately, was okay. We don't have to do this. Like I didn't care if we got married or not. And she told me no. It really was like, I just wanted to make sure that everything is done. I want to make sure that I say my final piece. I'm like, damn, on the night before our wedding, I kind of at the time took it with a grain of salt and took her explanation as, okay, maybe she is closing a chapter of her life. Right?
That's a hell of a red flag, though.
Oh, dude, man, you telling me now? I was super young. I was so madly in love at that moment.
Do you think she was still in love with him?
In love, I'm not sure, but not over it. There was the night before our wedding. We're at the Fairmont in Santa Monica.
So here he is, I guess, telling a little bit about what's in this book, talking about how Britney basically was still pining over Justin the night before their wedding. It was more than a red flag, in my opinion, but he wanted it because it was Britney Spears. Of course he's going to marry her. Wasn't he a backup dancer in the beginning? So what is this little the caption here says that Britney Spears, okay, so we heard that, what he said there, but there was a lot more. I guess she's addressing to the book itself. But she released a statement addressing claims in her ex-husband Kevin Federline's new book. She slams his white lies and says he's taking them right to the bank. So also addressed her estranged relationship with her two sons. She says her one son she's only seen for 45 minutes in the last 5 years, and the other has only visited her 4 times in the last 5 years. What? In the book, Kevin claims Britney put the well-being of their children at risk many times. He claims she casually used substances like cocaine. Britney's team responded to the claims being made in the book and called it a money grab. They said it's a new ploy to get money as Britney is no longer paying him child support, and there it is. Okay. What are these comments saying? That check stopped checking. Now he's writing a book. We're not buying it. Get a job. And y'all better not buy that raggedy book, said somebody here. Why he got so much to say 20 years later, somebody asked. She basically funded his life for 18 years. He should be more grateful. We only know him because of her. Boom. And that is so true. He met her. He was, as he said here, was young. He was really young. And even before they met, he was out there just living, dancing. I mean, he was backup dancing for her. So clearly he was already on the scene. He was, I guess people would say, handsome and, could probably get by on his looks on certain things back then. And then he meets her. And there it is, gravy train from then until, I guess, recently. And now he's trying to figure out now what. So he wrote this book. So what's going to happen after the book, though? And why can't she sue? I mean, I guess not. But, I mean, this is so treacherous to me. Okay. So that's that. Let me see if y'all have anything to say, child. GT said he was a father too when he met her, left his pregnant wife for Britney. That's right. And wasn't she an actress? Oh my God, I could see her face too. And I can't remember what she played on. I know she was a Black woman. And they had like a bunch of kids, didn't they? 4 kids or something like that. Yeah, and that was crazy. Shar, there you go. Thank you. I remember. Shar Jones. Hey, Nia. Was it Shar Jones? She was somebody's friend on somebody's sitcom or television show. I just remember her being the friend. But yeah, her. Hey, Michelle. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. So yeah, Kevin, child. Hey, girl. Hey. I would not buy that book. And not that I'm even fanning like that over Britney. I mean, I don't like how Britney has been treated, all the things that they've done to Britney. Poor Britney. I mean, this girl was a child. Like when she got into the game, she and Justin got his own problems, right? But because Justin is a man, I'm just gonna say it, and not just a white man. I mean, a man, but a white man, a YT man. Just to say that there's privilege there. She also has the privilege, Britney, but she was suppressed by people she trusted. She was oppressed, shall I say. I mean, I think criminally, honestly, the way they had her. Mm-mm-mm. Moesha, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I am Gen X. Okay. Happy Friday. That book, Ju T said that book will end up at the dollar store. Like her sister's book. Oh, I didn't even know her sister had a book. Dang, her sister wrote a book. Shame, shame, shame. Wasn't her sister doing her own thing in her own right? She was doing like the Disney thing. Oh yeah, then she had a baby, right? Juti said, "I'm not a Britney fan either, but she is a victim of human age trafficking." As far as yes, absolutely, yes. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I was rocking the Britney back in the day. Now, when Britney was at her height, she had a couple of little bops. She was Britney Spears, bitch. But uh, happy Friday, Zamir. Yes. All right, y'all. So moving on. What else is going on in the news? Let's see. We got a government shutdown still going on. So this is a post about Kalshi users. Kalshi users are predicting government shutdown will last more than 39 days. So they're saying that this shutdown has folks stressed out. Is it affecting y'all in any way, shape, or form? For me, it hasn't as of yet, but like they say federal paychecks are on hold and bills are still billing for the last 15 days. Kalshi traders accurately predicted the presidential election, and they think this one could hit 39 days, the longest shutdown of all time, beating the 2018-2019 record at 35 days. So yeah, let me see some of these comments in the post here real quick. I like to read comments. Just me, Marley said, promised more jobs. All I see is people getting fired and trade wars. And she's talking to your president, child. Sunshine TV said, I remember when having a government job was a badge of honor. No longer, no more. Pretty Rarity LLC said, the whole country should just stop working at least a week and start crippling the economy. Imagine that. Uncle Waffles update said Trump put America in a mess. Thank his voters. Somebody said called proud of TR3 said, get a federal government job, they say. It will be fun, they say. She said, I'm in HE double hockey sticks, child. And then lastly, Queen Michelle said Congress need to go unpaid as well. I bet you them Republicans would get on their job if they had to go a month without getting paid. But I thought it was the Democrats that were they claimed, maybe I'm listening to the wrong people, were responsible for the shutdown or whatever, or pressing for it, whatever. Let's see. Any comments over here? Michelle said, why can't they get themselves together? SMH. Yeah, the government is a mess. They can't even have anything move forward within themselves, let alone trying to run the country. All right. I don't know if you guys follow at all Halle Bailey and DDG, the drama between them regarding their son and the custody of their son. Well, they were never married, but they were public, I would say. Not very. He actually, in my opinion, came up from her connection to him because I didn't know who he was till he started showing up in blogs because of her. Nevertheless, now I know who he is. And, they're going through this whole custody situation. There's been abuse claims, I think, on both sides. I believe now they have a temporary restraining order in place. I don't want to fight no more. We don't need no judges. We don't. Yeah, he's putting out music, which I'm not going to play here, but trying to basically, I guess, plead his case through music because she actually had him kind of shut down in her restraining order filing and had him not be able to post about the son, and because I think he was using his fan base to weaponize against her. He does have a lot of fans. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him or not, but he does have a pretty big fan base, or at least their kids. I mean, it seems that are bored. They have nothing else to do. But today's the most recent post, it looks like yesterday, they said they obtained court documents showing that the temporary restraining order between Halle Bailey and DDG has been extended until November 5th, 2025. The order was placed on May 13th, 2025, and initially set to end yesterday, October 15th. Each party's respective legal counsel informed the court that they were preparing to the agreement, not the government. They are preparing the agreement and requested the hearing to be continued to a future date. Now, they also say the internet loved a good DDG and Halo moment, and that's him and his son. But it looks like the star has supervised visitation with his son. Court documents detail their supervised visit with a court-appointed monitor on September 17th. The monitor watched all interactions involving Halo for 9 hours. She detailed the point at which Halle dropped Halo off at the exchange location and the several hours Halo spent with his dad. Supervised and documented everything from little conversations between Halo and DDG, everything he ate, toys he played with, and even his nap time. That poor baby. That's a bit excessive in my opinion, but I mean, I guess they have to do that with the claims that were made. It seems that his safety is being questioned. So I guess he had to agree to that or not see him at all. They said DDG recently dropped a record yearning for normalcy in his relationship with Halle and Halo. In the song, he says, "We don't need no judges. We don't need to fight. I can't leave my son because he needs me in his life. Why you got him thinking that you Tina and I'm Ike? I can never hate you. Me and you created life." Well, I mean, if he was in that mindset when she claims he was choking on her and calling her out his name and all these things, then maybe we wouldn't be here, but we are. So somebody commented here, after that weird ass song he dropped, I'd make sure it's extended as well. Another comment, a good father doesn't harass the mother of his child. No one forced him to act the way he did. He's a grown adult. The judge clearly saw there was enough evidence of abuse on his part to grant his motion. Yeah, I had read that she had evidence on her Ring doorbell about some abuse that happened in the car. Now, there's another comment. She tried to get a set schedule and he was being difficult and threatening to not give the baby back. Proof through text, they say. So she took it to court. Now y'all mad. Normally, when people come on the internet complaining, y'all say, let the courts handle it. But now it's a problem because y'all don't agree. Like y'all know these damn people. Oh, wow. Somebody said, Halle not playing them hood childish games with him. Clock it. And then lastly, the fact that Halle has never said a word about any of this and is still catching all the bitterness heat. Yeah, she does get a lot of hate from the internet. And I think it's mostly because his fan base, like I said, are kids. And most of the women that he entertains, I would say most probably are not Black women, or at least not, So I think that his fan base, I mean, and Black women, the most bullied, the most disrespected, all the things. I'm just saying. So I'm going to move on to what else do I have saved? Jennifer Lopez saying she ain't never been in love. Never, not truly. You didn't love Diddy, girl?
Do you think you've truly been loved?
No.
No. And do you think you really have experienced loving someone?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
And when you can't get that love back?
What I learned, it's not that I'm not lovable. It's that they're not capable.
They can't love.
They don't have it in them. They need to appreciate the little person inside of them.
They have little
need to love
give.
them. Yeah.
You've been in relationships with
And
people.
they gave me what they had.
Right. But
they
it's not
gave me
enough.
all of it. Every time.
But it's this much.
All the rings, all the things I could ever want.
Right.
tried to give me the houses, the rings, the marriage, all of it. But
They didn't love you
they didn't,
and didn't know you.
and I didn't love myself.
Right. It's tough. This is some journey, right?
It is.
And I was thinking about your music. Most of your songs are about love. They really are.
They're all about love.
Do you think you've truly been loved?
I don't think she wrote those songs. I know Ashanti wrote those. Some of them, the hits, child, was from Ashanti. Let me see some of the comments. Somebody said, let's see. Make sure your partner defines love the same way you do. Okay, that's good. Somebody says, sis said, all of my 10 husbands were the problem. Not 10 husbands. In my mind, when she was speaking, I'm thinking Ben Affleck, Diddy, Casper. Wasn't there a baseball player? And there was the singer that she has her kids by. Somebody else said, no accountability. Ma'am, you're definitely the problem. LOL. Somebody else said, I'm not a math whiz, but I know what a common denominator is. They are ripping her up. Somebody else said, as my mama would say, baby, everybody can't be lying. Wow. And then another person, still no accountability. Her therapist is making a fortune, making her happy instead of helping her grow. And then somebody lastly said, J-Lo, not right now. We're in mourning over D'Angelo. Right. Come on, J-Lo. And I saw another story where they're saying J-Lo's upset because her things are still flopping. I think she recently came out with another project. I don't even know what it was. Was it a movie? Did she go on tour? Did she have I have no idea. Now they done cancel NBA YoungBoy's concert. State Farm Arena did, that is. And it says they made this decision and they basically just said, this is what's happening. And, if you got tickets through Ticketmaster, your refunds will be issued automatically. If you went through a third-party seller, please reach out to your point of purchase and get your money back. Like if you got it off of the man on the street corner, then sorry for you. You're probably not going to be able to get that refund. But yeah, we're not having this concert. And apparently they haven't given a reason either. Now, I know I've been seeing clips from NBA YoungBoys concerts, and they look pretty lit. I mean, I haven't seen anything about violence or anything going on, but I wouldn't doubt it if there was. I just saw something about Chris Brown, some girl fight happening while he was on stage in the audience somewhere. But, that shit happens. Now, I did also want to get to Brian McKnight, y'all. Are you familiar with Brian McKnight? I think he had a song, You and I, back in the day that I loved. You and I. Was that him? Or was that Keith? Okay, now I'm confused. Let me get to what caught my attention. This motherfucker.
It's been a long journey getting to this day, October 16th, 2025. But we are here in the English countryside, about an hour and a half outside of London, and the verdict is in. We've been quiet, listening to liars continue to lie and keeping to ourselves, living and loving our life, as we said, leaving everything in God's hands and letting our lawyer do the talking. But according to the courts, trying to ruin my name and trying to bring harm to my family in a book filled with lies equals $8.8 million. And this is just the beginning, because anyone and everyone that helped promote these lies will hear from my lawyer in the days to come. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Now, from my voicemail is the voice of a liar.
Do not text Miko again. Do not call Miko again. Leilani, if you are also checking these messages, that goes for you as well. I am very serious about this. I am very serious about this. Do not text him, period. Period. Please understand that. And Brian, you know me. You know me. And you know that I mean what I'm saying to you.
It's been a long journey getting to this day, October 16th.
Well, that sounds, I think that was his ex-wife. So basically, Brian McKnight, R&B singer Brian McKnight, who has been more recently in the news and the blogs because of his rift with his previous family. He was married and had children with a woman. These children are now adults, well, maybe into their 30s, I think. And he famously denounced these kids and this woman and is instead, I would say, showering with love and public adoration his new wife and her children, her previous children she had before him. And I think they have a child together, or maybe more than one. I'm not sure. Nevertheless, because of the way he trashes his first family, he even changed his own name in a way to we can name his new son Brian Jr. He already had a Brian Jr. And Brian Jr. has something to say about this, about what's going on as well. Now, one of the children, his former family, the first family, one of them passed away recently of cancer. And I won't say he celebrated it, but like once somebody had paid a tribute to the son, one of his celebrity friends, and he denounced that person publicly because of that. Imagine. So let's go down to, well, actually, let's see. I just said just plain evil. Somebody said that voicemail was a mother protecting her ill son, basically saying, my baby boy already going through enough. Don't either one of you call him with no BS, because Brian, I don't play about mine. That's it. That's all. This ain't the flex Brian think it is. I don't care. I don't care. And I agree with that. I think he did post this thinking, look, he's kind of peacocking, showing off. Somebody else said, and still a cornball. Somebody else said, Brian, what you doing on IG when you supposed to be in hell? Somebody else said, we are in mourning of D'Angelo. Another comment, corny, just corny. Another one, this isn't the flex you think it is, Brian. The comments definitely didn't disappoint. Somebody said, mostly everyone is over him. Yeah, exactly. Somebody said, imagine going to buy a cigar just to make this video. And then lastly, we told y'all stop parental alienation. Parental alienation, I guess there's a term for that. And I guess there's also alienation that an adult child can do to a parent as well. It goes both ways, but that is very hurtful, I'm pretty sure, for a child to go through that. And here's Brian McKnight Jr., the first one, speaking out.
I've tried, man. I've tried really, really hard to not catch on, to let it go, to be the bigger person, to be mature, to be something. But what's going on with my dad right now, man? If y'all aren't seeing what's happening, if y'all aren't seeing the fact that this is just a very hurt and a very emotionally unavailable and not intelligent person, the person that is still have not been able to handle the death of his own mother, the things that we're seeing him go through right now, to decide to make certain posts on my late brother's birthday. Say what you want, dog, but the gloves are off for me, just to keep it real. And I've tried, man. And the thing about it is, it's like, I get it, man. Our parents, they're humans too. They've gone through things too. Whatever the grievances they have against each other, whatever. My issue is, though, man, you don't want me to start talking about the things that I had to deal with in my childhood, the things that I will take to my grave, the things that my brother took to his grave, that we could put out there, the things that we could say as a son, as a teenager, as a 15-year-old that my brother was when we started touring, the things that we went through together, the things that we actually saw, the things that we actually lived with and dealt with, because our dad wasn't emotionally intelligent enough nor mature enough to actually be a father. You don't want. And the thing about it,
How much hurt must you be enduring to post something like this? And I understand he's posting it because it is, it's Brian McKnight. It's a public battle. It's been a public battle. But he's basically declaring war on his father.
And without even getting too deep, man, it's like to do it on my brother's late birthday, my baby brother's heavenly birthday, his first heavenly birthday. This is the post you decide to make. That's not petty. You don't think people are going to realize that that's ridiculous and that it's obviously strategic? Who are you trying to hurt if it's not me and my mother and our family? Who are you trying to hurt? Who are you trying to hurt, man? Which has always been my issue. Which is why way back when that started all this, I made the post that I made because I knew that this was the only thing that would get you, man. Maybe that was my fault. I've taken accountability for it.
Okay, so he's admitting he was the one who brought all this to the forefront. And I do remember his post, and I think that's what woke everybody up to the fact that Brian McKnight's a piece of shit.
For it. But it's become obviously clear, and maybe not even just me, and I'm hoping to the masses that we're dealing with someone that has unchecked trauma that they're not dealing with. And without even getting too deep.
He sounds very mature, actually. So based on the things he's saying, and he's not really even crashing out at all. He's not raising his voice. And I'm pretty sure the pain that he's feeling from the passing of his brother, the brother's birthday, he's going to post something like this. Definitely trying to hurt. I feel like it's his ex. There's some venomous thing going on between them. And it goes beyond everything. These kids, like, he's like, F it all. I'm just going to start over.
And to everybody else, man, you know, use us as an example for the fact that it's like, don't believe everything you see in the media either. There are multiple sides of a story. There are multiple sides of it. You know what I mean? Because you love this music, because you think you know this motherfucker, you don't. I do. My mama does. My dead bro, God rest his fucking soul, knows him. Who you gonna believe, man? It's stupid. It's petty. I hate it. I hate talking about it. I hate being a part of it. It's such a shame. We watched the Jonas Brothers and their families touring the world together. Should have been us. The problem was my dad didn't want to do it. He just wanted to biz. And to everybody. So in closing, man, just to keep it real, this isn't the last time I'm going to talk about this, because I've realized that maybe it's time for me to start talking about this kind of stuff. Maybe it's time for me to start not airing shit out, but being vulnerable enough and open enough as someone that has lived an insane life. I'm going to start talking about these things, man. It's unfortunate that we're going through this with my father. It's unfortunate that y'all are watching my father and my mother duke it out publicly. But what I can assure you is, though, the truth will be revealed. You'll feel it. You'll know it to be true. If you actually have a heart, if you actually have a soul, and you at the very least try, you'll see the truth. So in closing, man, just to keep.
I am very serious.
That's actually pretty deep.
It's been a long journey.
Oh, shut up, Brian. That he said, if you actually have a heart, if you actually have a soul, you will feel this truth when it hits you. And that is the bottom line of a lot of these things that we talk about. And funny thing is, there's always those adversarial people, right? When we feel like we on the right side. I feel like we've been on the right side of things over here with R. Kelly, with Tory. I said it. With whoever else I talk about that we believe, because everybody, you know, some people we kind of say, well, I don't know. We have to see what happens in court, but there's some of we knew they did that shit because we had already been hearing stuff and we already knew stuff had happened. So with that being said, You know, the spiritual warfare that's what it is. Spiritual warfare is good versus evil. I would never have thought Brian McKnight would be this type of dude. I would not, based on his music. You sing about love and all that stuff, and you are full of just nastiness. Same with Diddy using the word love, love, and when he's just evil. Speaking of Diddy, he apparently said happy birthday to his daughter Love through Build-A-Bear.
Happy birthday, love. This is Daddy. I love you. I miss you. I love you, love. Love, love, love.
So thank you, Daddy.
Thank you, Daddy. I love you.
So give a kiss. Again, press it.
I love you, Daddy.
Daddy, I love you. I miss you.
See, I love you, me.
Yeah, he loves you.
Oh, poor little girl, because she don't even know. She don't know. She don't know who she dealing with right there. Hey, Ray, all day, baby. Happy Friday. That was Brian McKnight, the singer, the R&B singer. He's, that was his son, actually. The son from his first family, the family he denounced and has been dogging and dragging. That's who that was speaking, was the son. Prior to that, we heard from Brian McKnight, his wife, and he played something where his wife cursed him out, trying to make people feel sorry for him. But child, he is evil as sin, child. Juti said his son sure seems like a well-rounded, eloquent person. Good for him, and I hope his mom's proud of him. Proud from us there. But yeah, you're right. He does sound pretty well adjusted, even though he's been going through all of that. Yeah, shame on Brian McKnight for real. Like, I can't even believe it. But anyway, here's Diddy's daughter getting her happy birthday from her daddy. Apparently, she'll be getting 1 or 2, maybe 3 more like this through toys and gadgets, because he can't be there in person. But, who knows? Maybe they will make a doll out of Diddy, to give him the Diddy doll. You know what I'm saying? Comes with baby oil and Astroglide accessories and and freak off instructions, child. A Diddy After Dark doll for the porn stores. Child, don't let me give them no ideas, because I'm a marketing genius. But let me see what some of these comments say. Diddy always been a good dad in spite of everything else. Do you think so? I don't. Have you seen his sons being named in these indictments and things? I mean, these civil suits and the things that they've said to have done, and the things we know they've done also that were in the blogs, roughing folks up and whatnot, because they've seen this. This is what they grew up around. Somebody else said, lock the bear up too, child. Somebody said, treat other people's daughters the way you want to be treated. I'll be quiet. Somebody said, protect this little princess. So sweet and innocent. That she is. Definitely protect her. I hope her mom protects her with everything she has. Somebody said, no one can ever turn these kids against him. I love this for him. Melts my heart. He might not deserve it, but think about the other people he did wrong, and that they were kids of people. They were other people's children as well. Just saying. Somebody said, I can't stand Diddy, but he definitely show up and love them kids he got. She's too adorable. And is it just me, or wasn't literally yesterday she got big so fast? Somebody said, we don't care. Cassie and those other women are people's daughters too. This is still manipulation, yawn. And I'm gonna leave it there, because that's totally how I feel about the matter. There was some other Diddy stuff in here, but yeah, I want to show y'all. Let's go back to Brian McKnight for a minute, because this is him with his stepson. Yeah, I think one of his stepsons.
Jack boy, 23 is here. Happy birthday, my son. I can't help but look back in awe and absolute wonder at how right before my eyes you've gone from a boy to a young man, to a man that I'm incredibly proud you are my son. All the hopes I've had for you, and more importantly, the ones you've had for yourself, are all coming to fruition. and it is truly wonderful to see and experience with you. College graduate, soon to be law school grad, then husband, and then father yourself one day. I know we have prepared you to be the best in what you do. My love for you knows no end, and my pride for you knows no end also. So cheers to the best son a father could ever have. Happiest of birthdays to you, my son. I love you.
See how he kept stressing my son. How awful of him, okay, to do this. This was posted 5 weeks ago. Now, I'm not sure when the anniversary of the birthday of his youngest son from his first family was, when the son was referencing that. But this post is very disrespectful. And those aren't even his biological. That's not his biological child. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure he been in his life. I think it's been a while now that they've been together. He said he just turned 23. Somebody commented, "What about your black children?" Somebody else said it's not even his biological son. His biological son didn't even get this kind of tribute after he passed. This is actually him showing the world he hates his own. How can you love another child more than your flesh and blood? Somebody else said delusional party of one. Somebody else said you're a sick person. Seriously. Wow. Somebody else just said he's a lucky guy for having such a wonderful father. It is really messed up, though. And this is him and his, I guess, stepdaughter and wife.
Welcome to Father Fridays, episode 33. As important as it is to love your children equally, it's also extremely important to understand that although your children are alike, they're also very different and have different wants and different needs. That's why we make sure to make time for each of them individually. We took Julia with us to the south of France a couple of weeks ago on a yacht with our friends, and we celebrated her and we showed her how proud we are for all of her accomplishments, but also just to hang with us, because that does not stop once they're grown. So dads, spend time with your children together and individually, giving them your undivided attention. Trust me, they may not tell you that's what they want, but when you do it, the smile on their hearts will last a lifetime. And that was today's lesson on Father Fridays. We'll see you next.
Father Fridays. He made a series out of fatherhood, and he's literally the worst father on earth. If you saw and heard the things he said about his first family, somebody else posted, "What about your other children?" Like, how do you say, oh, you pay attention to each individually, make sure you're spending time and doing this and doing that, when you're not doing that? You're a hypocrite. This man is disgusting. Enough of him. Oh, wait, this is a different kid. Let's see.
Welcome to Father Fridays. This one, it's a tough one. We are dropping off Jack. This is his new apartment at law school with his soon-to-be fiance, our soon-to-be daughter-in-law. It's so hard to let go, but so proud that as parents, that's all we want, to guide them down that path and to see them achieve that path. And that's what I'm trying to do here at Father Fridays, to let folks know that you can bring up your children the right way, and they will definitely follow the path. How you feeling, man?
Good, excited.
You're excited to leave us? Oh no! My last name.
Unbelievable. He literally threw that family away, threw those kids away. Somebody said the audacity of the situation is perplexing. You engage in Fatherhood Fridays, yet exclude your other Black children. How can you profess to be a believer in Christ? This is not significant, and regardless of whether it is their fault or not, they remain your children. You should still include them in some manner. You literally spent a whole video talking about it, late son, but make a post about your non-biological son going to college is sickening. You literally spent a whole video talking ill about your late son. Wow. Well, he gonna get the karma he deserves at some point. That's all. I'm gonna just leave that there. Now, there was a couple of Diddy headlines. Oh, this was wild too. This Family Matters, Darius McCrary situation. But I'm gonna go on to Diddy. That was my last topic. So they're saying Diddy submit to searches, have no contact with victims, and participate in outpatient treatment programs for drug abuse and DV following 50-month prison sentence. And love that for him. Love that for the victims. Okay, we'll say. According to court documents filed October 15th, this includes mandatory participation in outpatient treatment programs for drug abuse and mental health issues. The record exec must also enroll in approved domestic violence program, not own, possess, or have access to a firearm or other destructive device. On top of that, he must have absolutely zero contact with the victims in his case and submit to searches. So he's going to get I think drug testing. I think they said that, but he's going to be miserable, absolutely miserable. He's probably going to reoffend. He'll be right back in there. He has a 5-year probation. I give him 6 months before he violates. If he don't get no pussy probation people who will take payoffs, because I'm pretty sure he's going to try it. Somebody said good. This will be good for him. Somebody said good deal, as he should. That no contact, y'all know who's going to be the test. Probably Cassie, or could be Jane. They said he stopped paying her rent already and all kind of stuff, child. Oh, here's somebody saying he should be an outpatient right now, but y'all keep playing with him. He should be out, period. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's people defending him, but I think those are paid posts, to be honest, because I don't see them. When I don't see them, or when I do see them, they flood the comments, but other times they're not there at all. So I feel like they're paid. When they spot a post, they flood it with positive Diddy comments, honestly. Let's see. There was another celebrity publicist, Jonathan Hay, alleges Diddy ejaculated in front of him and forced him to perform oral sex during separate encounters. So Jonathan Hay, he actually did a couple of interviews in the past. He had some really crazy things to say about Diddy's son, as well as Diddy's sons, as well as Biggie's son, saying that they all do these things together, these Diddy freak off type stuff and drugs, and that he had his own experiences with them trying to do some music for the Biggie estate. So I'm gonna have to dig that one up. But Jonathan Hay has now come out about Diddy. This is an interview. I think it says YouTube Real Life Productions. And he said he refused to do the oral, but alleges that Combs then ejacked on Biggie's old clothing. Oh, yeah, I remember when that article came out. So I guess it's now in a suit. Oh, yeah. He says in another incident at Diddy's house with Biggie's son, CJ Wallace, and producer Willie Mack took him to Diddy's home. He was blindfolded and pushed into a room. He alleges Combs entered and forced him to perform oral. Hay says he plans to pursue both civil and criminal charges. Diddy's team has not yet responded to these claims. And the only way you can get a criminal charge is if you file civilly, because you can't file a criminal charge. The police have to do it, or the feds, but they will do it if with a complaint. You can go do a complaint, but the best bet is to go file your civil suit and let that be your complaint as well. Just saying. Somebody said, as a grown man, nobody forced you to do anything, they said. Well, people can be forced to do things by being drugged, by being forced by under duress with weapons and whatnot. People do it because they don't want to die. So you can't really say you're not a man. As a grown man, you can't. You know, I've heard that a lot of times, even with teenagers who've been abused. They say, well, you was 15 years old. You know, you should have fought back or whatever. I mean, maybe they did, but people don't really understand this. All this abuse is very, very psychological. It's very psychological. They said, what they want us to do with this information? I think that's old info, though. And I see a lot of regurgitation of stories on TikTok. They put the date, a current date up, but the story is old. So these are people just trying to make money off of, I guess, Diddy. Let's see. I thought this was so cute. This Adidas, they have a pet collection now, Adidas, but this little jogger, this little sweatsuit is so cute. I want to get one for my dog. And the one the cat has on is cute too. Imagine matching, matching. I'm trying to think. What do I call that? Is it a jogger, a sweat suit, a? It looks like a windbreaker jacket. It's very cute though. I had to save that. All right. What else do I have? And I don't like Timberland doing all this AI stuff, but he unveiled his AI generated artist, Tata, with a debut video at that. It got a lot of backlash. And it's the first album, though. There's a whole label deal. Stage Zero is the company. And they basically it says they fuse human creativity with artificial intelligence. And he called her a living, learning artist.
Count stacks by the faces. I get lit by the aces.
Okay, I'm not gonna play it, but it's, I guess, supposed to be futuristic. The future is here. AI generated. So she's not a real person. And those are the Waka, what are those dancers called? They were on that one dance show. Oh, it's on their shirts. I love them. They're still doing it. I'm sure they switch people out. They don't ever show their faces, so we wouldn't know. That was a brilliant idea, by the way. You can just rotate dancers. Nobody would even know. So it said they plan on launching more visual artists across genres, each with their own personality, sound, and visual identity. For Timbaland, the message is clear. The future of music is man and machine, he said. Wow. That's awful for people who are actually talented and who would like the same type of recognition, but they're competing now against AI, who clearly are probably way more manageable than a human and cheaper. So this is the way the world is going. I mean, the dancer is human, right? Somebody said, we don't want AI artist Timbo. Somebody said, supporting the system that will take your job is crazy. They're showing Missy looking like, what are you doing? Somebody said, AI rapping about going from nothing to something is insanity. Rappers used to lose all credibility if caught capping. Everything this bot claims is cap. Right, because they don't have a living experience. So how do they have anything to say? Clearly. I saw an interview with a woman who was a writer for AI artists. I don't know if it was her, but she said that's her new thing. And she's making money off of it and everything. So this is where we're at, y'all. AI finna take your job. You finna lose your job. What do y'all think about that? Let's see. Juti, he irks me so bad. Oh, you talking about Diddy. You said you hate Diddy's face. Same here. Ray said, let's hope the sins of the father don't affect the daughters because we know it's already affected the sons. Snuff Daddy, P. Diddy in jail, Puff Daddy in jail. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree that hopefully the daughters, even though the twins have had their own rumors swirling around about things, cocaine and whatnot use. I'm just saying that's things I've read. But, doesn't make it true, nor does it make it doesn't mean that they've been tainted by him, at least not yet. Hopefully not. But I think I'm gonna end it here, y'all. I will be back next week. I like doing this Friday thing. I was kind of hoping to come Monday and Friday, but we'll see what happens. Who knows? Just make sure you subscribe, child, please. If you let me know you stop by. And I love y'all. Make sure you enjoy your weekend. Till next time, bye.